Now, the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, has expressed concern over growing tensions in the West Bank. That's as he met the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, in Downing Street this morning. Well, shouts from protesters could be heard as the two leaders shook hands there on the doorstep of Number 10. The visit comes with Mr. Netanyahu facing a national crisis back at home. That's over his plans to overhaul Israel's judiciary system. Well, joining me now is our political correspondent, Amanda Akas. Hello again to you, Amanda. Some dramatic scenes there as the two men shook hands outside Number 10. The Prime Minister expressing his concern at rising tension in the West Bank.
Yes, so we're told in their 45-minute bilateral meeting, the two leaders discussed international concern about rising tensions in the West Bank and encouraged any moves towards de-escalation and in particular anything that would encourage movement towards progress towards a two-state solution. Also, quite interestingly, given the protests that we can hear outside Downing Street at the moment, and indeed protests which have been going on across Israel around concerns about the right-wing government in Israel's moves to water down the power of the courts, and in particular concerns about changes in the law which will make it much harder for judges to remove a leader deemed unfit for office, bearing in mind Mr. Netanyahu himself is on trial for corruption charges which he denies. He, of course, argues that these changes are needed to ensure that unelected judges don't overturn decisions reached by democratically elected politicians. But Mr. Sunak did bring this issue up. It's quite cleverly worded, but we're told that the Prime Minister stressed the importance of upholding the democratic values that underpin our relationship, including in the proposed judicial reforms in Israel. Now, otherwise, we're told the two leaders discussed joint security concerns around the invasion of Ukraine, also the situation with Iran, also discussed joint £20 million going towards science and technology projects, as well as saying that their two teams will be working at pace together to try and reach a modern free trade agreement.